When you have invested in higher ticket programs and they haven't quite worked for you in the way that you had hoped, I want to share with you how you can profit from that. I was having a conversation with one of my clients today, and he was sharing how he had invested in a 14K program to learn a specific strategy to grow his business and expand his practice. And when it didn't work, it was really frustrating for him, of course. And of course, the tendency is to beat yourself up and feel a little bit of, shame and embarrassment around having invested at such a high level and not feeling like you have much to show for it. But what I want to share with you is, what if investing in this high ticket program and it not working is what you invested in it for? So when you can start to see from a different perspective, and in my practice, I talk a lot about being able to see with quantum vision. So being able to see through your story. And when you can see that this pattern of investing in programs, maybe not getting the results that you wanted, and then the tendency and default pattern to beat yourself up and feel ashamed, what that does, it keeps you stuck in the cycle of thinking something's wrong with you, right? Because you invested at this high level and it didn't work, so it must be you, right? And when you're in that pattern, then you prevent the growth available for you in this experience. So when you can see perhaps you invested in this program for it not to work so that it would trigger that pattern of going into feeling bad and beating yourself up and feeling ashamed, so that you could see it from a different perspective this time. And that in seeing it from a different perspective this time, that you could choose to see how it was actually perfect, how it was, why you invested, so that you could heal this pattern, you could break this pattern, and see it as an invitation for deeper healing and growth, and an opportunity to be more creative about what you learned from it. Because when this pattern is in full session, when it's beating yourself up and feeling bad about investing, and then what happens is then there's some fear around investing again. And when you do invest again, you put a lot of pressure on yourself that you have to make it work and you better get your money's worth, which prevents you from really being fully present in the program and getting the most out of the program in a way that works for you. So when you can start to separate and see, okay, it didn't work, and how is that exactly what I needed? How is that allowing me to heal something that I have been carrying for many, many years, so that I don't repeat this pattern again, and that I also perhaps break this pattern, because it could be a generational pattern. So how is it even an opportunity to break this pattern for people that were to come behind me and the people that are going to come after me? And to see what's really going on, a lot of times when you're seeking, is to be conscious of what you are seeking. And so when you can come from an empowered place of wanting to learn and grow and not thinking that someone else has the answer and that someone else has the magic formula, and you're coming from a place of empowerment, of you know who you are and what you're here for, and this is just another tool. But often what happens in higher ticket programs is there's a deeper level, a hidden level of insecurity around who you are and what you're about and what you're here for. And when you're operating from that insecurity, and I've done this, then you tend to invest out of a place of a little bit of fear, a little bit of, well, I hope this works, and I've tried all these other things and it hasn't worked, so this one really needs to work. And so when you're seeking from that place, not only does it put a lot of pressure on the program, it also sets you up to repeat the belief that there's something wrong with you. And so that's exactly why it's an amazing opportunity when it doesn't work to go within and see, okay, how have you disconnected from yourself? How have you started to place the answer outside of you and some of your power outside of you to think that this is the answer, this is the solution, instead of really going within and seeing the answer is to be guided to your solution and your way. And when you do that and you start to see yourself through Quantumize and can take off the scripted mask of having to have it all figured out and having to profit from or double your investment or triple your investment, you can see you can profit from it in a much different way, because what you're going to profit from is a deeper connection with you and what you're here for and how you are meant to do it, and how that allows you to, make way more than 14K, because you're coming from your unique wiring, your unique traits and gifts that have been hidden from you because of this pattern. So when you break the pattern, you open yourself up for all the ways you can create 14K and beyond your way. So what needs to happen here to open up to this possibility is to forgive yourself, to forgive the program, to forgive the decision, and to see how can you be grateful in it. You don't necessarily have to yet be grateful for it, though you will eventually be, but be grateful in it because of what it's allowing you to step into and who it is allowing you to become, because everything, bad decisions, wrong decisions, mistakes, whatever we think they are, they're all leading us on the path we're meant to be on in order to shape us and refine us and hone us into who we're truly meant to be. And so you can start to see that everything is working for you. And that of course you will profit from this, because you will be able to help those people who are like you, that were seeking and investing and not having it work and having the tendency to beat themselves up and feel ashamed. You'll be able to help them break that pattern as well, so they reduce the amount of time it takes to have that growth and reduce some of the pain it took for you to have the growth. So you can see you can use your disgrace for your glory and for, of course, your profit. If you are curious about my work I do with coaches and building their practices and using all of their story in a way that, of course, profits them, but also benefits their clients, I encourage you to book a call with me. There's a link below.